Tim here from DIYDork.com. Today I want to show you how I transform this baby changing dresser I picked up real cheap at a thrift store into a regular dresser. Now it was a really simple project and it turned out pretty awesome, so check it out. Alright, so here is my newest furniture flip project I wanted to show you. And this would be a quick flip, but I want to kind of show you what I'm starting with because this is really unusual. Picked it up at Goodwill for 30 bucks. This thing is in great shape. Really good bones. Paint's no good. I'm going to repaint it. And I'm going to change it up a little bit. If you look at this thing, it's really thin. It's not very wide at all. Maybe 18 inches, 20 inches with like the, the drawer front sticking out, so really narrow, and has this unusual top. So I'm thinking, pretty obvious that this was like a baby changing station. So can you imagine how much poop and pee was probably on this tabletop? Pretty gross. So I bought it thinking, you know what, I'll just keep it as is, and it's something kind of unusual, but I think it would sell better if I turned it into a regular dresser. And luckily, when I got home, I discovered that those rails on top are just screwed on, so I can unscrew them, fill in the holes, sand it smooth. I can do a repaint. So what I'm going to do, sand it down, prime, and I'm going to paint it a really dark blue. And then it has these kind of interesting wood knobs. I think I'm going to leave them alone. I think I'm just going to sand them, refinish them, get the ugly kind of brown color off, return them to the light color they probably were when they were new. And since it's so small, just kind of marketed it as like for a kid's room. You can see some unusual details here. It looks like it's factory, but this little frilly piece on here was just added on to probably a standard dresser. Kind of unusual. And then look at the size of the drawers. They're all completely different sizes. And of course this one has little designs on it. But look at how the top one is a little bit shorter than the one in the middle. Alright, and then check that one out. It's way shorter than the one in the middle. So each of these is a completely different size. I don't know why they designed it that way, what they were thinking. Really unusual. So anyway, I'll take it outside, take it apart, bond those holes, sand it, get it painted, and I'll show you what this thing looks like when it's finished. It should turn out really cool. Alright, and check it out. It's all finished. Turned out really cool. The first thing first, you can tell it's a totally different color. And it had that gross white paint on there that was pretty rough, so I just sanded the rough areas like in the corners where it was chipped up, and then I primed it real quick with a stain blocking primer, and then painted this really dark midnight blue. Now this is actually the same color that we used in our bedroom that has the wonky stripes when we redid it, the inside of our house. And I had some left over, so we used it on this, and it turned out great. Kind of a cool country look to it. I think it will sell really well in this area. And inside it almost looks black, kind of like it does in the shadows there. In the sunlight it looks a lot brighter. And then the knobs are the original ones. I went ahead and sanded the old finish and stain off of them, and then I just added more clear coat. They turned out a little darker than I wanted, but I think it looks okay. And then the top I was going to just paint, but as I was sanding that old paint, it come off so easily that I decided to keep the wood. It's actually a really nice piece of wood. The inside of the drawer says that this is hickory, so I'm assuming maybe the whole thing is hickory. Looks really nice. Those baby rails, I took them off. They were just screwed on. And I had to add a little filler to the screw holes, and you can still kind of see them. So when I list it on Craigslist, I'll have to mention it has a little patina, and I probably can't sell it for as much as I could if it was a super nice top. But it turned out really cool. Kind of live in a middle of the Midwest, and this country style will do really well. So I originally bought it for 30 bucks. I think I could at least triple my money. It's not a huge money maker, but for a couple afternoons, that's not bad. This is a really simple project, basically a paint job. Anyone could do this, and it turned out really nice.